Alright, well, I've been working on a really big video for the last couple days, and I was gonna try and finish it up this morning, but the Total War community got a pretty big bombshell dropped on its head. The donger is no longer rising. Total War 3 Kingdoms has been delayed. Instead of going global on March 7th, we're now looking at a May 23rd release date. And this wasn't the first time for 3K. If you remember, it's already been delayed once. The game was initially slated for release in fall of 2018, then pushed back to March. And ultimately, I think this will be a good thing for the series. Crazy hot take, I know. You're probably going to hear those same sentiments echoed a lot today, and for good reason. Rome 2 will always and forever be the major comparison in this scenario, because that was a game that would have benefited tremendously from having maybe another 6 months in the oven. It's really hard to recover from a bad launch. Word of mouth is incredibly powerful in the age of the interwebs, and there have been many great games with their reputations completely tarnished and ruined forever simply because they came out too early, simply because they were not quite ready on launch day. Fixing bugs and patching can only go so far. So moving launch day back 2 months gives CA more time to fix the issues we saw in the preview build, right? Does that mean it's going to be a flawless launch? Pretty unlikely, but it's certainly not going to hurt. And it sounds like a big reason for the delay is polishing up all these new systems on the campaign map and ensuring they actually deliver, which, thumbs up, man, good stuff. Obviously, those features need to function because they're going to be a huge selling point of the game. But for me personally, I feel like a bigger emphasis needs to be placed on improving the battles. The main issue 3K is facing so far, and take this with a grain of salt because I've only had limited time to play it on an older build obviously, is that the battles just need more work. It's that simple. The pacing, collisions, and animations of combat just need more work right now. I played Total War for the battles, first and foremost. It's what drew me into the series in the first place. It's what keeps me coming back. The grand campaigns are awesome. There's a lot of content there, but in my opinion, the campaigns of many Total War games would have trouble standing completely on their own. They exist to give context to the awesome real-time battles, which no other dev has been able to emulate. That seems like it's changing for 3K, which is fantastic. They're making the campaign gameplay have more depth, have more complexity, more replayability, way more diplomatic options, and all those features are going to be awesome if they work properly. And frankly, I think these are much needed steps to continue growing the franchise and attracting a wider audience. But investing more time in the battles for 3K could go a long way, and I'm hoping they're not sacrificed to make room for all of these new features on the campaign map, because combat is still king in Total War. It is the biggest factor that decides whether a game is worth playing or not. So, delay's a good move. I'm not happy or sad about it, I just understand it, and I think it's the right call. The other important piece of news, which might get some of you even more excited, is what this means for Total War Warhammer 2 and the coming Skaven vs Lizardmen Lord Pack. We've been aching for DLC news for so long now, and finally, we have a taste. The delay of 3 Kingdoms will not in any way, shape, or form affect the Serpent and the Rat. And in fact, Warhammer content will be dropping before May 23rd, which has finally nailed down a pretty specific point on the timeline of when we should be expecting 10-1, Ikit Claw, or Thankwall. And at this point, I think early April is a pretty safe bet. A month and a half between launches should keep those products pretty safely from cannibalizing each other. And as a content creator, is it annoying that I won't have any new gameplay to cover till April? Hell yeah. It's a 5-month content drought. Not my favorite thing in the world, but we've finally got an actual schedule that we can stick to and an idea of what to expect going forward. And before we know it, we'll be seeing the Prophet of Sotek and Gorok, Venerable Lord Croak, or Nakai the Wanderer squaring off against either the Tech Priest of Clan Scryer or the silliest, most over-the-top, most glorious little rat man in the history of the world, Thankwall riding Big Daddy Bone Ripper into battle. So place your bets now. What do you expect to see come early April when the Lizardmen and Skaven finally get their update? I'm gonna go finish up this big video I've been working on, and you'll see that go live on Tuesday morning, I believe. Should be a fun one. Definitely tune in, and I will see you all in the next video. Indie Pride, signing out for now.